Now the issue here is that we when we click on the view package details, we are not getting the expected output in the ALV. The ALV is already been built, but when we click on view package, that ALV is not getting open. So that's the issue. So for this, what we'll do is from here, if you want to enter into the debugging mode from this particular any transaction code, you have to just type /h. The moment you type /h and say enter, you can see at the bottom you will get a message that debugging is switched on. Now once the debugging is switched on, everything that you execute, it goes into the background. So if you click on this view package details now, it will take us to the debugging mode. So in this debugging, where exactly it is stopping is at the try. Okay, we have a class abap message digest. Now if you want to execute step by step, if you want to execute step by step, you have to click the first button, single step. If you go for the single step, it executes step by step. Okay, something is happening. Now what we have to do is okay, if you want to come out of that loop, there will be another step. I'll tell you about that. Okay, it's coming to the user underscore command. Okay, the program is coming into user underscore command. Now we will get into this, and when we click that, the what's the sy ucom value is what we need to check. Okay, these are the details that we have. Here we have sy ucom pacdet. Okay, sy ucom value is pacdet. Now here we have pacdet is there. Okay, let's see whether this is getting executed or not. If it's getting executed, what's happening we'll see. Now for this, we can press F5 function key, or you can click on this button also. Now it comes to the PACDET. Now again step 1. Let me check the call transaction if this is properly working or not. Oh, program has an issue actually. That screen itself has an issue, because even if I'm giving this zpck underscore hoops transaction, it's showing an error. Okay, so we need to get into that zpck underscore. Okay, let's do step by step now. Now here it goes into this one, and in this it comes to the status 100, menu title, program. Now we have 167. In this 167 line, if you see, we know everything will be perfect. Just container name, we just need to check the container name after getting into it. So now we'll get into the program, into the function model. So into that create object. So it skipped that. Its create object is done. Now there is another standard class, standard method which has been called here internally. Size of x is not equal to 0. Size of x is equal to 1. So there is some issue which we have here, which is making a size of x value 1. Means trace ID is not coming. Straight trace ID, some trace ID is not coming. Okay, now it will raise an error. Okay, it just exit from that particular. Now let's say we have this. This is going through all these declarations. And one thing is like we can go for desktop one also, same thing. In desktop one, this is a very old way of debugging screen. So in old servers, in the old systems, only this screen used to be visible, wherein we used to come get these variables to local schools auto memory analysis. So how much memory is it taking and all. But later, in the later versions, they introduced this desktop to desktop, the standard structures, table, objects, detailed display, data explorer, breakpoint, watch points, different script, and all these things have been introduced. When you click on the screen to desktop 2, you will be mostly focusing on this event types and events and program names and all. Desktop 3, purely variables. Okay, standard is like both the field names and the screen names and the variable name will be visible. This is the standard one which we are using right now. Then we have structures. Only structures will be visible here. Yeah, means internal table here, structures here, tables. So if you want table fields, table data, you can check that, and objects. So when we execute this and see the tables, if at all if we have an internal table, the internal table data will be shown here. Now we get into this. So I'm just trying to understand what's happening exactly in the step by step. So here these are all SAP standard and standard things. If you want to just skip this method and method, you just need to click this execute. So when you click on execute, it will come out to this method. It will directly come to the end of the method. It will not get into the method. Okay, then execute again. Now there is a if and if in all these things are there. Na? So if we are inside the method, let's say if let's say we are inside a loop or if inside if statement and you want to come out of the if statement, then you have to click the third button, that is F7. You can also use the F7 shortcut key. It will come out of the if statement. Okay, so when you are inside the loop, you have to use the F7. But you are at the beginning of the loop, you have not entered the loop, and you want to skip that loop, you can just click F6. This is the SAP standard screen. I just don't want to get into this, so we'll skip that. Oh, somewhere I just be just find this. So field catalog not found is what is coming. This is the issue with that particular transaction. So let's see the transaction code. The transaction code is ZBCK underscore oops. The moment we select that, it's coming. I mean, like the error is coming. So let's see one thing. We'll go for let's see 93. This is how we actually debug. So we don't know what is the program behind this. Okay, so I'll just go for display and then I will catch this program name. In this program, I will go to a C38 or a C80. So it's always it because it's a static program. I'll go for SC38 and I'll paste this here. and we should always open it in display mode whenever if it is not done by us. We are just analyzing it. So in the real time, if something is not working, you're not supposed to change it until and unless we get the permission. So we just have to analyze it in a display mode. So in this, like, the field catalogs are missing is what is the issue. That's what I understand. Let's see this. FCT1 is there. I think this is the one in which we are getting an issue. Bond underscore LV1. It's directly going into that. Let me keep a breakpoint here. So the another way of doing it is, like, if you know the program and if you know exactly where might be the issue, we'll just select that. Okay, we'll select this. This is a breakpoint, and now we'll go for normal execution. We can go for normal because we have set a breakpoint. It will go to that step and stop and will execute. See what happens is, if you type /h now, it will come from all the, uh, all the coding will be shown to us. Like, whatever the standard program is getting executed also will be shown to us. So in this, like, we have to go ahead with execution. It's asking for the specify range. So I'll give you range as 12999. Okay, this is where it is coming. Then it's getting into the set values. Okay. Since this is an SAP standard data, we are not going much into it. I'm not doing any explanation because this is all. There will be huge process that we have here. Create object, OB underscore event. Okay, OB underscore event. Click for O underscore LVB. Okay, it is coming. Data is coming when we are processing the what we call normally when I'm executing it, it is coming. But when we are calling through the screen, the transaction code, it's not coming. I guess like there is some issue with the what you call the transaction code. Let me see the transaction code. So you're calling the screen 100. Let's select the drop down. It's 100. So it should be given as 0. Okay. Stand. Okay, when I'm debugging it step by step, it was coming fine. But when I'm directly executing it, it says field catalog not found. Let's debug this issue. Let's click on this question mark. The field catalog cannot be determined because the output table structure name was not specified. So output table structure was not specified. Okay. So let us give the output table name structure, output structure name. So you what you do is maybe do you remember we have this what you call see what you do is this I underscore structure name you just give that you create a structure with exactly those fields and pass it in the I underscore structure name. Okay, so I think that will solve the issue. I'm expecting so. We'll see. I'll just remove that breakpoint. I'll remove the breakpoint. Just double click on it, it will be gone. The breakpoint will be gone. Just double click on it, the breakpoint will be gone. So here I underscore structure name is what we just need to pass. Okay, let's pass that and see. I think it should work at the time. If it doesn't work in that case also, we'll see. And one more thing is uncomment these exceptions as well. Uncomment these exceptions and then check it. Okay, now we don't have the field catalog. This reason is coming like this. Just create a structure. When I'm giving this what do you call when I'm giving this when I uncommented the messages. Now it is showing this that pop-up is not coming. But then we need to get the field catalog. So you just pass the structure name and then do it. Then we'll see if still that issue persists. Then we'll see how to solve it. many places in the program. So how to remove all those breakpoints is what we'll see. So we just need to go to this menu. So we go to this uh, utilities, breakpoints, set or delete breakpoints. If you select that, okay, this breakpoint was set. Okay, so utilities, breakpoints, display, display. So in the display, you got four breakpoints. You can see where exactly the breakpoint is there. You can see the line in which we have the breakpoint. So everything can be visible here. Now what we can do is we can select this and click on this delete row, and then here we have delete row. Here we have delete row, and here again we'll have delete row. So all the breakpoints are now removed. Breakpoints was deleted. So if you close this, the breakpoints are not there. So instead of going and searching the breakpoints on every level, we can just go to the breakpoints, and we can, even if you put a cursor here and you want to set a breakpoint here, if you don't see this breakpoint button here, you can always get that into the utilities, breakpoints, and then set or delete breakpoint. So if already the breakpoint is there here, it will be deleted also. So it will go to utilities, breakpoints, set or delete breakpoints, then the breakpoint will be deleted. The breakpoint will be deleted there. So this is what we have. Okay, and we can also do one thing, that we can also hard code the breakpoint, which is not suggestible actually for normal programs. But if you think that if someone executes a particular program, definitely they have to set a breakpoint. Definitely they have to set a breakpoint. Let's say here we have write. We have some data, some two lines. Here we can write a breakpoint like this. Now what will happen, this will get executed, and even if you don't set any slash h, even if you're not setting any breakpoints, this is a hard coded breakpoint. So hard coded breakpoints also sometimes might be there in programs. We can't say. So in general programs it will not be there. Somebody might have kept it for some reason. So then if you execute this, it will come and stop.